Hey guys, Miss Arden here. Here to walk you through days 18 through 20. So this assignment is going to be for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So AMI 18, 19, and 20. So if it seems like you're having to do kind of a lot for this activity, it's because it's 3 days worth of activities all together. Okay. So our instructions tell us reflect on both of the Civil War articles that you have read, one about Mexican American soldiers and the other about African American soldiers. Then you're going to do a comparison of them like a Venn diagram. So that means that not only you needing to look back at the article for this week, the one that's titled Black Soldiers in the Civil War, right? The one that you just read for Monday and Tuesday's assignment, but you also have to go back and look at the Mexican American soldiers in the Civil War article, because you're gonna need information from both of these. So that's why this is kind of a big assignment, or at least that's why it's 3 days worth of an assignment. Because in order to get enough information for this assignment, you have to reread this article, right, for days 11 through 15, and this week's article. Okay, so you're going to be synthesizing or pulling information from both articles in order to completely answer this question. Okay, so what this question is asking is to do a comparison of their experiences, so of Mexican American soldiers' experiences and of African Americans' experiences during the Civil War. They suggest that you start with a Venn diagram. What similarities do you see? What differences do you notice? Okay, so in my Google form that I'm going to have you fill out, I've pasted that exact instructions from the packet, and then I've kind of broken it apart. So instead of having you actually create a Venn diagram, if you want to on paper, create a Venn diagram and have on one side Mexican American and on the other side African Americans or Black soldiers in the Civil War, and do similarities in the middle between them and then the differences on the end, you're welcome to do that and take a picture and send it to your teacher. But I'm going to have it set up on my Google form here where you can do it without putting it in the Venn diagram form, but it's going to be the same thing. So this says you have 3 days to work on this assignment, where you will need to look back at this week's article, Black Soldiers in the Civil War, and last week's article on the Mexican Americans in the Civil War. You're going to compare the similarities and the differences of each group's experiences during the war. Then you're going to have to write a constructed response. So the packet actually gives you 3 options. You can write a constructed response, okay, which means write a paragraph, kind of synthesize, kind of explaining the information. You can design a presentation summarizing your findings, whatever you want that to look like. If you want it to be in Google Slideshow or what have you, you're welcome to do that. Or you can post a video on social media explaining your findings. So if you want to do it one of these other ways, you're welcome to do that. You just need to share it with me or send it to me in some way. I'm going to supply you on the Google form a way to do it in a written constructed response, because that's the easiest way for me to put into a Google form. But if you're feeling creative and you want to create a presentation or anything like that, feel free to do that. Just share it with me. Okay. So the way I'm going to do the Venn diagram aspect is in these 2 written response questions. So the first question says 2 ways that the experiences of Mexican American soldiers and Black soldiers were different in the Civil War was. Okay. So the first one, so this means that you need 2 ways that the experiences were different. So how were Mexican American soldiers, what they experienced was different, or what they went through, or how they were treated, or how they fought, or decisions they had to make. How was that different than Black soldiers and the decisions that they had to make and the way that they were treated and what they were fighting for? Okay, so 2 ways that they are different. So this is in our Venn diagram, the sides. Okay, then the second thing you're going to do, 2 ways that the experiences of Mexican American soldiers and Black soldiers in the Civil War was similar or the same. Okay, so this would be like the section that you put in the middle of a Venn diagram. So 2 similar experiences, 2 things that the 2 groups had in common during the Civil War. Okay, so you'll have 2 here, 2 here. If you can come up with more than that, absolutely go for it. But I need at least 2 here, and you can just number them. 1, right? Give me your reason. reason 1, right? 2, reason 2, whatever you have for that. Okay, you're welcome to do it like that. Then, once you've got your 2 reasons for both similarities and differences, this is the part where you elaborate, okay? This is the ABC part here, where you have 3 different options. I'm going to ask you to do a written response here, just taking this information, these 2 from here and 2 from here, and putting them into a paragraph. So it says elaborate or explain your findings by creating a constructed response. All that means is a paragraph with all of your information. Write your paragraph that explains your 2 similarities and your 2 differences of the experiences of Mexican American soldiers and Black soldiers in the Civil War. So not only will you just list your 2 reasons from each, but you'll explain them here. Okay? So this is why this is going to take you a few days, because you're having to go through each of these articles and pull information from them. Figure out what's similar about the 2 groups, what's different about the 2 groups, list it here, and then create a written response to kind of summarize all of this. So if you get stuck on anything at all, you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to send your teacher an email. I'd love to help you out with this. I hope you guys are well.